Hey, this is Barry and Holly of the WQSP Morning Show. Thank you for listening to our podcast. And we want to say a special thank you to our sponsors.
Enhance your wallet. Receive an APY of 3.25% on balances up to $25,000 by meeting qualifications with Alabama Teachers Credit Union's Enhanced Checking Account. Earn high dividends with no monthly maintenance fees and no minimum balance requirements. Learn more or apply today at atcu.com.
Insured by NCUA, APY equals annual percentage yield. Must meet membership and credit requirements. Visit atcu.com for details. Rates, terms, and conditions are subject to change without notice.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
It's time to rise and shine and get your morning started with Alabama's award-winning morning show.
I wouldn't go in there without police protection.
Broadcasting live from high atop Alabama's beautiful Sand Mountain.
Morning, sleepyhead. Rise and shine. You don't want to be late for work.
Please welcome your hosts, Barry.
A very charming psychopath.
He's just a couple of sandwiches short of a picnic.
And Holly.
Ah, my public. How they love me.
Good morning at 6:07. Barry and Holly back again. It's going to be a good day, at least the first half of it. Rain's on the way later today. So if you have stuff to do, I'd say do it this morning. But most people don't like to do stuff in the morning. They want to pace themselves.
You can't peak too soon.
No.
Can't peak too soon.
No, because you got like a whole day ahead of you. And it's a beautiful morning. Had a nice sunrise this morning.
I know it was beautiful. I posted it on Power's page because I do all the social media.
Yes, you do.
And I had such a pretty view over the Jeep as I was walking out this morning.
As you were driving in across the tundra to the station.
Yes.
But there is a good chance of rain later. Just keep in mind, 80% chance. When you hear this, people always say, it's going to rain all day. No. What they're showing is there's a good chance you're going to see rain at some point today.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's going to start raining like in a minute and rain all day.
Right.
But there's a good chance because the radar shows that we may see a pop-up shower. It's going to be very scattered pop-up showers, maybe a thunderstorm off and on today, but some of you may not see a drop. But there's a better than normal chance you could see something today. 83 the high. At least you're not getting that heat wave. Out west, they were showing some record highs already coming this way over the upper 90s and over 100 in some states today.
Yeah, so my friend Danielle in Iowa, their air is out and they're hitting the heat wave, and their house is over 90 degrees inside. And they have a newborn.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I know.
That is very tough.
I know, that is.
But we're not going to get that heat. For some reason, it's going to kind of stay above this area. But the week overall looks pretty good. The only change in the weekend weather, they've now added a slight chance of rain Sunday. But, hey, if you have outdoor plans, really Thursday, Friday, and Saturday looking good. Sunshine and like low 80s for those 3 days. Dog food total, are you ready? Got a brand new total?
Ready.
Brand new total at 5,036 pounds.
Wow.
We had another big day with our Wolfstock 2024 promotion. Thank you, everybody. I think you even have some of the names we'll say thank you to in a few minutes for dropping off some dog food. Have you got the list over there?
I do, yeah.
So say a thank you to some of the people.
Thank you to Miss Norma Johnson. She dropped it off during the show yesterday, and you are welcome to go ahead and drop dog food off. We're here. Yep. Yolanda and Noel Crawford, Becky Howard, Sherry Worth. Sometimes these handwriting's hard to read.
That's Seth, yeah.
Yeah, Seth.
Yeah.
Roy Williams, Vicky Cash, Brad, Tina Mason, and Gambino Mason.
I saw the picture of Gambino the dog.
Yes, he had a Wolfstock shirt on. It was so cute.
Is his picture on our Facebook page?
Yeah.
I've got to find it. He is so cute. He was wearing, I guess, was it last year or the year before, his Wolfstock t-shirt?
Yeah.
That is cool.
It was so cute. And he has us on Instagram and Facebook page.
Yep.
It's so funny. Lester Anderson, let's see, Linda Barker, Sherry Bowles, Angel Collins, and Christy Powell all donated yesterday.
Thank you. So if you donate 30 pounds or more, you get a Wolfstock 2024 t-shirt. And I think we may have one or two tie-dyes left.
We got a few.
But most people are wanting the other ones.
Yeah,
I like the dark blue one.
I just saw a cream one, like a cream colored one. There's only one of them, but it's beautiful.
Okay.
I love it.
Thank you to Dixie Designs for doing this. So we're going to be taking dog food until the end of June and taking it to Second Chance Shelter in Boaz. And it takes, about 300 pounds of dog food a day to feed all those beautiful dogs. If you're looking to adopt a dog, they've got about, I think Doug said 275, 280.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dogs.
Yeah.
A wanting to have a home.
Yeah, and 1 pound per dog per day.
Every day.
That's crazy. That's a lot of dog food.
A lot of dog food.
Yeah.
Also, our Father Mo's Best contest, a lot of entries, people sending in their entries, great photos. Now, keep in mind, the only rule we have is there must be a lawnmower in the picture.
Yeah.
We've had a couple send in pictures saying, well, ours is broken, it doesn't work. That's why you need to
Google,
or maybe walk next door to the neighbors and say, hey, do you mind if we get a picture of my husband with your lawnmower?
Oh my gosh, I would never. Would you do that?
No.
No.
But Photoshop it.
Yeah, Photoshop
We've had people Photoshop. We're not being ugly with this. We just have one rule. We need a lawnmower in the picture
Gotta
with Dad.
be in the picture with Dad.
That's the only rule.
Yep.
Got to be in the picture.
And we don't care if you got your grandkids with you.
Nope.
We don't care if you got your kids with you.
Yeah.
It's just got to be you, Dad, and the lawnmower.
Mm-hmm. And one like your dad's going to win a $3,700 Toro Time Cutter Max 50-inch riding mower, courtesy of our good friends at Bonds Appliance Lawn and Garden in Gunnersville, and official spokesperson Jamie Sinners. We need to have Jamie come out and join us one morning.
Yeah, come on, see us, Jamie.
Yeah, you don't even have to bring food, Jamie.
Nope.
You can just come out and be you.
But you can if you want to.
Sure, you're more than welcome to bring food every day of the week if you like to. We'd love that.
How'd you know?
All right, things you need to know this morning. Here we are, the 4th day of June. What's going on today?
Today is National Cheese Day. What
I love
a good
cheese.
day.
What's your favorite kind of cheese?
All of it. I even love blue cheese.
Okay, I'll tell you, this may sound stupid. I know it's probably not even a real cheese, but Velveeta.
Is it cheese?
Not really.
What is it?
Look it up. It's like we did this before. It's like a cheese, processed cheese or something.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was concerned one day thinking, most cheese, if not all cheese, goes in the refrigerator. This one, you find it on the shelf. I thought, how can this be cheese if you find it on the shelf?
Yeah.
But Velveeta, something about when you use Velveeta to make Rotel cheese dip. I think you got to use Velveeta cheese.
Well, you do.
It makes the best.
Velveeta is amazing.
And it makes a great grilled cheese sandwich.
But did you know that those single individual packets, like Kraft Singles, they say like cheese flavored product?
Ooh.
They're not. It's not
real.
cheese. It's not
real.
cheese. So the most popular cheeses in the world. Number 1 is mozzarella.
I love mozzarella.
And that's usually fresh.
Yep.
Number 2, cheddar. Love cheddar.
Yeah.
And number 3, this surprises me, but it's ricotta.
Huh.
Ricotta cheese.
What is that, like a Italian? You find it more in Italian dishes, or?
Yeah.
I'm surprised Parmesan is not in the top 3.
No, I'm not surprised. No, but I am surprised ricotta's on there because it's like.
What do you usually use it for?
It's like the stuffing and shells and lasagna and noodles.
That's why I don't stuff shells very often.
Oh, you should.
Let
You should
the pros
always.
do it.
No, you should always stuff the shells.
I don't. I want the pros to do it for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's something you need to know. A 3-hour primetime concert special filmed during this week's 51st annual CMA Fest in Nashville will air on ABC on June 25th. The event will be hosted by Jelly Roll and Ashley McBride, and it will feature highlights of the most memorable moments and surprise collabs from the festival, which is set to take place from June 6th to June 9th.
Starts Thursday. Now, let's throw in a challenge to our listeners. We have a lot of listeners who go to this every year. Now, people always ask, you go to CMA Fest, right? I've never been.
Oh.
We do a lot of stuff at CRS, which is different. But we've never been to CMA Fest. But anybody who's going up there this week, if you get a picture or two of maybe you and the artist, please send it to us. We'd love to see your pictures. Because we have a lot of folks who go to this and spend the entire weekend.
I would love to go to this. We should one year.
So if
we
they
should
send
all
them
load
to
up,
us,
like station wide. Everybody load up.
Exactly.
Get in the van.
But the tickets are hard to get.
Are they?
They sell out.
Oh.
So if anybody from here is going to be in Nashville this weekend, and you get a picture, please send it to us. Now, how can they send it to? What's the easiest way to get it to us?
To send us a picture?
Them and somebody, if they run into somebody in Nashville.
Oh my gosh, just email it to me.
Okay.
Or send us a Facebook message.
Then we'll post these and we'll put up like a whole big post on this.
Lord, yes.
Would love to see your photos.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just send it to our Facebook page.
Okay.
And we'll put it up there.
Well, maybe looks like they're going to have good weather too.
Yeah, good.
Because they're looking at Nashville's forecast. It looks like about like ours, so it's going to be pretty good weather.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I read this morning that NASA is launching a satellite to say sorry to all the aliens in outer space.
Well, that's nice. It's very nice.
The satellite will be called Apollo G.
Apollo G. Apollo G.
I got some bad news for you before we go.
No.
Velveeta is a cheese product. Sorry.
I didn't think it was real cheese.
Scott Chambers says he's been doing some research over here.
If anybody knows the cheese, it's Scott.
Yeah.
Because I think at one point he was a cheese cutter.
He was a cheese cutter.
If
I
anybody
heard
can
that.
cut the cheese, it's Scott Chambers.
It's Scott Chambers.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nobody can cut that cheese like Scott.
Oh, man, you're telling me. If you listen closely to some of his newscasts, you can hear him cutting the cheese in the background. He's multi-talented.
Wow.
Absolutely. Yeah, 616.
Barry and Holly on Alabama's Country Giant, WQSB.
Jelly Roll halfway to hell, like Holly is telling a few minutes ago. He's going to be at CMA Fest performing on the big stage, and he, along with Ashley McBride, will be filming and hosting. Have you ever watched one of these when they go back and show the highlights of the CMA Fest? It is so cool.
No, I've never seen that.
It's a 3-hour show,
Yeah.
and they break down and show like the highlights, and they always have usually Thomas Rhett and like Kelsey Ballerini host it.
Yeah.
This year it's Jelly Roll and Ashley McBride. I think it's two good choices.
Yeah, but I love Kelsey. I would have loved to sing Kelsey Ballerini
I
host
bet you
it.
they may have a delay mic on Jelly Roll because you don't know what.
You never know what's
Well,
going on.
even Ashley.
Come on,
you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, she's rough.
She's a little spicy.
Yeah, she's spicy.
Yeah. But anyway, CMA Fest, if you're going to Nashville this week for it, if you get any good pictures, please send them to us.
Yeah,
we'd love to see them.
We would love to see them and love to post them. So just send them to our Facebook page, or you can email them at Holly, HOLLI, at WQSB.com.
Yep.
Since you've been gone, since you've been gone.
Well, since you've been gone, I found this story last night, and this is a little weird. Okay, you've got, of course, the Democratic and the Republican national conventions coming up in a few months. Well, actually, probably a few weeks. But Milwaukee is hosting the Republican National Convention, and I saw a list, and they're having some complaints. Milwaukee is hosting it, and one of the delegates there is complaining, saying that they just found out that there's a list of things you can take into the convention center, things you cannot take into the convention center.
Mm-hmm.
You would think guns would be one you couldn't carry in.
Well, yeah.
According to this, it says assault rifles are allowed, but not metal water bottles.
Why? What
Don't know.
sense does that make?
No idea. According to the story, one of the city councilmen also in Milwaukee said this is crazy. They're concerned about the list of things you can and cannot. Another thing that you cannot take inside, a tennis ball.
Oh, come on.
Tennis balls and water bottles are not allowed in the convention center, but you can carry a fully loaded AR-15 assault rifle into
Fully loaded?
into the security perimeter of a major political event.
No.
Yes.
No.
They're allowed.
No, sir.
But if you walk in there with a metal water bottle, they're going to say, well, hold on, sir. You must take your water bottle back to your car.
You know what they've done? They've taken away things that can be thrown, like a tennis ball or a water bottle.
I would much rather have you hold a tennis ball in there than have a gun pointed at me.
Yeah. Now, I'll tell you this. On TikTok, there's been a trend where people have been throwing water bottles at performers.
This has got to stop, too.
Yes, absolutely. Have you seen this?
Rexa was injured a couple of days ago.
Yeah, Cardi B. There's been a few. There's been quite a few.
Yeah.
But I see them on my TikTok where they've gotten hit at festivals with water bottles.
They think the reason they're doing it, I read this, because they're getting a friend next to them to video them throwing it and then hoping their video will go viral. Not thinking that, okay, you're about to be thrown out of this concert, possibly arrested, and you could do some jail time. All because you're trying to get a TikTok video recorded at a concert.
People will do anything to get famous.
Just to get famous for a few seconds. Even
for
go
a
to
few
jail.
seconds, yeah.
And you have a
Go to
chance
jail.
of hurting somebody. If you hit them in the eye, you could injure them forever.
I wonder what justified the tennis ball. You know something had to happen.
Why a tennis ball?
Listen, I've got an idea. It's just like McDonald's has that warning on the back of the coffee because somebody did a lawsuit.
Yeah.
The warning says hot, caution. And somebody got burned by coffee, won the lawsuit.
I know.
I think something happened with the tennis ball.
What could have happened?
What could make me a story?
I don't know.
We could chat GPT this on our next break.
We need to.
We could.
Because what could have happened with a tennis ball that is so bad that you've got to outlaw them from coming into a convention center? I mean, even a tennis ball, even if you get hit in the face, It's at the most. It might hurt your glasses.
It would suck, but it's not going to take you out.
No. If you get knocked out with a tennis ball,
but I promise you,
you're a wimp.
Something has happened with this tennis ball to make them be like that specific.
Yeah.
Because and look, I didn't even touch this one. A loaded AR?
It's apparently allowed, according to this.
So you're going to let people go into a political debate that are already fired up. There's people already fired up because we said politics.
With each other.
Yeah, right now in the car.
And they're going to be in the convention center together arguing over what's going on with a loaded gun.
No, that's not a good idea.
No.
Make it make sense.
None of this makes sense. Yeah, so.
Okay.
But anyway, I just want to know the reason why the water bottle and the tennis ball, not allowed.
Not allowed.
Something had to happen somewhere with the tennis ball.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing that could happen is you got to hit in the groin with it. That's the worst that could happen.
Oh, is that a 10 out of 10 pain?
Yeah, well, the tennis ball, I could probably shake that one off.
I mean, what's the odds of them smacking you in the middle, though?
Yeah, that's got to be a good shot, too.
Got to be a good shot. You got to have a good arm.
You got to have some power behind it.
Somebody would stand up and say, "Sir, have you tried out for the big leagues?" While the other guys doubled over in pain.
Since you're in Milwaukee, the Brewers need a new pitcher. We're going to sign you. Why don't you come try out tomorrow? Because you got a heck of an arm. You just doubled that guy over. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't throw the water bottle at him.
Thank you.
Could have put a red spot on his head. Yeah, it's 6:29. Before we go any further, we have to congratulate our listener of the day. Looking at her picture, I'm taking it that she posted something concerning the podcast yesterday.
She did. She laughed at something that I had said. I know.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, and so it's just me. I'm the funny one.
And what's her name?
Her name is Deanna Renee.
Deanna Renee. You are the listener of the day. That means you get a Barry and Holly Morning Show T-shirt, and you're qualified on Friday to be the listener of the week. And if you win that, you're going to get 4 tickets to Chattanooga to go to the Tennessee Aquarium, to go to the IMAX Theater, and to the Discovery Museum.
That's right.
Yep. And we have more of these tickets to give away starting tomorrow. So be listing for your chance to win tickets to Chattanooga. Like one day we may give away tickets to the aquarium. The next day we may give away tickets to the IMAX and to Discovery.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of these to give away. So keep listening for your chance to win those. And if you want to be tomorrow's listener of the day, it's simple. When our podcast is made available about 10 o'clock this morning, check it out, listen to it, find something that you like, comment on it on our Facebook page, and we'll have a drawing again in the morning, and it could be you, the listener of the day.
Absolutely.
With Barry and Holly. By the way, Ashley, she's so close.
Oh, where
she's
is she?
Number 4 this week on the chart. Brand new music chart came out, and I tell you, Bailey Zimmerman, he's released 4 songs, all have gone to number 1, and where it ends is at number 1 again, 2 weeks in a row.
I cannot believe that Jelly Roll didn't jump up to number 1.
He's still stuck 1 spot behind him. He's stuck at number 2.
Mm-hmm.
So Ashley's moved up a spot. Kenny Chesney stays at 3, and then you've got Bailey. Congrats, number 1 for 2 weeks in a row.
Which Kenny Chesney song?
Let's see, Take Her Home. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So Post Malone moves up to number 6.
Oh, 6.
Yeah.
You know that's going to hit number 1.
Absolutely.
It's playing everywhere. I heard it yesterday at like a Subway or somewhere, wherever I went for lunch.
It is so good. It's just a good, feel-good song.
Yeah, it is. I love it.
I got a question for you, and we're going to give listeners some information about you that they may not know.
Okay.
Question is for all the listeners to ask themselves, 35% of Americans think that they can host a remodeling show, like a DIY, or do it
yourself.
No,
not DUI. DIY.
Yeah, not a DUI, but a
DIY.
Yeah. Americans at 35% think they have the skills.
Wait, it's DIY. I said DIY.
Do it yourself.
Yeah, sorry, we got hung up on that. DIY.
Initials, that's tough.
DIY.
Yeah, I'm a DA, so I don't know. So about 35% of them. Fill in the blanks to your stuff on that one.
That's so funny.
Yeah. But 35% of Americans think they have the skills to host a home remodeling show. surveyed 20,000 people. And I believe I know a lot of people who are very good carpenter work, things like that, that probably couldn't have the personality to do this. 48% are unwilling to tackle plumbing or electrical work on their own. They always call somebody, but 35% of those say, I think I'm good enough to be able to host my own show if I ever had the chance.
Oh, yeah. So here's the fun fact.
Yeah.
I tried out for and got pretty far advanced in I think it was the NBC show Making It.
Making It with Amy Poehler.
With Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman.
I love that show.
I had to send them my portfolio.
Yeah.
I had 2 Zoom call interviews, and they said, are you going to be okay? Like, part of the filming is you're gone for 6 weeks.
Whoa.
Mayor was like 2 at the time. I couldn't do it.
So did this happen back during COVID, or when did this happen?
It was right before COVID because they canceled the series during COVID. But that is neat.
That is cool.
Yeah,
so
I tried out for a TV show.
You were that close to
I was that close.
So if you'd been willing to travel, there's a good chance you would have been on the show.
Yes.
I've watched those shows.
I had one girl say that I was in the top running, like, to be on the show. She was like, you're one of our top runners.
Because they've had, 2 or 3 seasons?
Yeah.
I love that show.
I love that show, too, and I love Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman. I just wanted to go to meet them.
Now, let me ask you, the listeners may not know this stuff. What is it that you do that would have put you on that show?
Oh, my gosh, Barry. That is like...
Because some listeners may not know. I've seen your videos, and I know what you do.
I, for 5 years, was a YouTuber and Instagram... I don't want to say influencer because I'm not an influencer, but I showed DIY stuff.
Okay.
And I used my platform as a form of therapy for depression.
Okay.
And encouraged others to do the same, especially it was huge during the pandemic. Had tons of people watching because everybody was at home trying to find stuff to do at home.
Sure.
So what I did was I showed people how to craft at home, and I would go live every day. I had a little workshop.
Kenna, what kind of crafting things do you do?
I do T-shirts. I do tumblers, which, have you ever seen those epoxy tumblers?
Yes, I have.
They're glittery,
Now, you
real
brought
pretty.
some of those to work that you've done, and they're beautiful.
Yeah, they're really nice.
They are.
Yeah.
And you have a following. You would even, you can tell more about this, but you traveled around the country.
Yeah.
And you did what would you call them? Seminars, or what would you call them?
Yeah, I did workshops.
Conventions?
Yeah, I did conventions. I've been all over the place doing conventions, and I have had the honor of meeting people. And fun fact, 7 people have my signature tattooed on them.
No way.
Yeah.
So you like your autograph, basically.
Yeah. Isn't that neat?
Because there's such a big follower of you.
Well, I mean,
that's an honor.
I think I built a community that was uplifting, and I think
you have.
And I had a huge focus on mental health. And Dave was telling us this morning that he attended a funeral of a 23-year-old that took his life.
That's tough.
And we just had a listener call and tell us that they had a 17-year-old try and take her life, which we're going to ask for prayers for them because they're still in the thick of it. But I don't want to ever ignore the fact that you have a platform and you have power in it. And I think that it's important to use that power for good messages. And I think that depression and mental health and anxiety is something that I'm passionate about helping people through, and helping, and I showed them how to do that through crafting.
It's very important.
Yeah, because if you keep your mind, if you keep your hands busy, your mind isn't as mean to you.
Exactly. If you sit around in the house and do nothing, your mind focuses on the negative, and you can really just beat yourself down to the point that you don't even want to get up and move around.
Yeah.
But if you stay busy, and that's what you do, and you have a huge following, you brought a lot of your followers to QSP, and they're listening now.
Oh, and
thanks
I love
to
it.
you.
Yeah, I love it.
That is awesome. So here's what the point I'm getting to is we want to know if the listeners would like to see you, because you have a lot of videos that's out there.
Yeah.
Where you make things. Maybe you could make a QSP tumbler.
Ooh.
Would the listeners like to see that? So you're gonna. Why don't you put something on Facebook and see if this is something people would like to see you do?
Okay.
And show them how you make it, and then when you finish it, we could even maybe auction it off and raise money for Second Chance Shelter.
Yeah, we definitely could.
What do you think?
I've auctioned off a few cups. I raised $1,200 for the National Association of Mental Institutions.
That is great.
I did that for a couple of years ago, and I think I love these tumblers. I love making them, and especially for a good cause. Let's do it.
Well,
we'll put up a poll.
Put something on Facebook and see if people would like to see you do this. And what we'll do is if we get enough who say yes, then we will pick a day in the very near future.
Yeah.
And we'll film you doing this, maybe Facebook Live, but what would you suggest?
Yeah, I think the Facebook Live would be fun because I can answer questions. So if anybody wants to learn how to do this, I can tell them about epoxy. I can tell them about the safety. I can tell them about the turners because there's a lot that goes into it. And I feel like people would have a lot of questions because
I agree.
The turners, which is really cool, epoxy has to be self-leveling. So the cups have to be completely level as they turn. So what we did when I first started was I stuck a PVC pipe through a foam football and attached it to a microwave motor. And it turned it.
Look at you.
We had over 1 million views on that video. I had to take it down, but we had over 1 million views on that video.
So that stuff's amazing to me.
It is. We showed people how to make these turners, and anyway, you have to have the turner. I hand turned for a while, and it just didn't work the same. But anyway, I can show. I think the Facebook Live would be great because I can help answer questions along the way. But I'm only doing it if you come over to my house and help me.
We'll film it. Be glad to.
Okay, because you got to film it.
I'll be glad.
And help me answer. I know.
I'll film it with one hand, but I'll give them my best. But I think that because I've seen some of your work, you're very talented. We're lucky to have you here, and I think listeners would like to see you
in action.
Where you actually got your start in the entertainment business.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we could even make a QSP one. And if people like it, you could even make more down the road.
Yeah, hey.
See how it turns out.
Hey.
All right, so we'll put that up and we'll let people check it out and they can vote on it. All right, 647.
WQSB Mornings with Barry and Holly.
Enhance your wallet. Receive an APY of 3.25% on balances up to $25,000 by meeting qualifications with Alabama Teachers Credit Union's Enhanced Checking Account. Earn high dividends with no monthly maintenance fees and no minimum balance requirements. Learn more or apply today at atcu.com.
Insured by NCUA, APY equals annual percentage yield. Must meet membership and credit requirements. Visit atcu.com for details. Rates, terms, and conditions are subject to change without notice.
Time for Holly's pile of stories, and it's hard to believe that Friday is his final day. Is that correct?
Don't give my story away.
I didn't say who.
Pat Sajak's final episode is set to air when, Barry?
Friday.
This Friday.
Wow. You knew it was coming, but I didn't realize it was already here.
I know. It's time. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's the end of an era.
It's going to be a sad day.
That's sad. Who's replaced? Oh,
Ryan
never mind. Hold on. Let me read the rest of it. Ryan Seacrest is set to take over for Pat Sajak in September. I think that's a great replacement.
He's so good.
He's so good.
I love Seacrest.
Yeah. I do too. And Nike is launching Girl Dad sneakers on Friday to tribute to Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna. The green sneakers have black shoelaces, the Nike swoosh in black, Girl Dad on the tongue, and Kobe's signature on the side.
I'm looking at the shoes on our Facebook page, and they are pretty cool.
Yeah, I love these.
I like these.
Yeah,
I like it. It doesn't say how much they're going to be, but I'm sure they're going to be extremely expensive.
Probably $200.
Probably at least. Yeah.
And Hugh Jackman has been cast as the lead in The Death of Robin Hood.
The Death of Robin Hood?
The Death of Robin Hood.
Uh-oh.
I know. The movie finds a legendary outlaw gravely injured after a battle that he didn't think he'd be able to win. Now, age past his prime, he looks back on his life of violence and crime, wondering if he did the right things.
Hugh Jackman, I can see him pulling that off.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
That'll be good. I love Robin Hood movies, too. All right, 6:55. Birthdays are next.
Mornings with Barry and Holly here on Alabama's country giant, WQSB.
QSB, this is my dirt. It's Justin Moore at 7:10. A cloudy morning with Barry and Holly. Good morning to you. Rain. There's some showers in Morgan County and Coleman County. Just some showers, nothing heavy, but there's an 80% chance of a shower, maybe a thunderstorm scattered around today, and a high of 83. This morning it's cloudy and 70. And I'm looking at the tumbler. We talked about this a few minutes ago. Some people may not understand exactly when you say tumbler.
Yeah.
It's like a
coffee cup.
coffee cup or like other, what do you call them? These glasses. I don't know. There's different words you have for them, but it's basically like you have the Yeti, like cooler type thing to drink glasses, or the Stanley, things like that. But you make some of these and you decorate them. And we were talking about you considering making one and showing how you do it, because you've done this off and on for years, and making a QSP one if anybody was interested. And you put a video up. So this is one you actually made?
Yeah, this is one that I made. This is from this past, just the past few months.
Right.
And it's silver, but it's really pretty. I like it.
That is very pretty. So your thought is you're going to make one with somehow QSP on it. And we just want to say to listeners, would you be interested in watching Holly show you how to make one?
Yeah, I definitely show people how to make one. Make a little side cash this summer.
So if you want to see what we're talking about here, look on our Facebook page, and she can show you one of those that she's made.
Yeah, and then you can make some money.
Yeah, so this is actually a video that you did.
Yeah.
You made.
Yeah, it is. And like I said, I'll show people how to do this. I have no gatekeeping here. I'm not keeping any secrets. So any questions you guys would have during the video, I am gonna answer.
Okay, and you may even have to use a Scrub Daddy to help you clean up. I
use Scrub Daddy to clean up.
When I saw the story, I thought, Scrub Daddy, is that a rapper?
No,
I didn't know.
No,
I didn't know.
It's not a rapper.
So what is Scrub Daddy? It's a sponge.
It's a sponge. Yeah.
It's a name brand of a sponge, and they come in like smiley faces in different forms, and it's a name brand. And now Scrub Daddy is teaming up with Dunkin'. With a Dunkin' sponge. So I was confused at first, thinking, okay, it's a donut that you can eat, but it's not. You can look at the picture on our Facebook page, and it says Scrub Daddy is a type of sponge, scrubbing sponge, and now they're making some new sponges, but looks like a donut.
Oh, do you know what they've done? They put two in a pack. One is a Scrub Daddy, and it's orange, and the other one is a Scrub Mommy, and it's pink.
And one has like a bite taken out of the donut.
Yep, I love that.
This
oh my
is
gosh,
good.
That's so cute.
We've got to get some of these.
Yeah.
I can see this being huge. So now there's a Scrub Daddy Mama and a Daddy, and one of these even has a bite taken out of the donut.
That's cute.
That is cool. So if you want to see more of that, check it out. All right, time for the quote of the day. Had Dave mention this yesterday. He heard this, and we've had many people mention that these are encouraging. Sometimes they're funny. Sometimes they're just something, this words of wisdom, something to help you think and maybe give you a little lift that you can feel free to share with everybody.
Yeah.
So this one comes from Zig Ziglar.
This one comes from Zig Ziglar. He says, be helpful. When you see a person without a smile, give them yours.
That's just short and to the point. It's because how many times have you been walking around and you're feeling bad, you're not happy, and you look and see somebody smiling and you say, it just makes you feel better.
Yeah.
It just does.
Yeah, just even like a passing smile in the grocery store. If I'm having a bad day, somebody gives me a little smile, it makes me feel better.
Yeah, sometimes there's too many people with this sour looks on their face, and occasionally you see that person smiling. You think, okay, they're happy.
Yeah.
Maybe I can be too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just think about it. It's 7:14.
Barry and Holly on Alabama's Country Giant, WQSB.
Come on!
Make you banana pancakes.
Banana pancakes, I love. You're going to talk ice cream coming up in a second. I'm excited because there's some new Cold Stone ice cream. There's new Dairy Queen ice cream. And I love the Cadbury eggs. Now, how about the Cadbury mini eggs? The mini eggs.
Oh, yes.
They're in a pack. You can now get these year-round, not just around Easter. But the new Cadbury mini eggs are made with Cadbury milk chocolate encased in a crunchy sugar shell. And they come in a pack so you can get like a whole handful of them and have them. Usually you got to wait till Easter, but now they're going to be available year-round. They're in stores right now.
Those would be so good in the refrigerator.
Oh, yes. Now, how about ice cream? Do you like the ice cream cone, or do you like the Cold Stone, Dairy Queen? Which one do you like?
I don't know. So let me tell you, I'll make a decision after I tell you about these.
Okay.
So the reaction was huge to the Cookie Monster dip cone.
Yep. And
in addition to the Summer Blizzard menu, they have brought out a Nutter Butter milkshake and a new confetti cone, a cherry dipped cone, and a not so secret, I don't know why it's called that,
I don't know,
peanut butter crunch cone.
So peanut brittle crunch cone. So I guess that's going to be very crunchy. If it's got peanut brittle, that may break a tooth.
Oh, peanut brittle. Ooh.
That may break a tooth, but I love peanut brittle.
But that would be so good.
So this goes on your dipped cone. So when you get the soft serve, now they got all kinds of different dippings and stuff they can put on top of it.
Yeah, they've got confetti, they've got peanut brittle, and they have cherry dip.
Well, I'll tell you something. I cannot wait for Cold Stone Creamery to open in Albertville.
Go ahead and open up. We'll be waiting at the doors this summer. Cold Stone Creamery is introducing its newest favorite.
The flavor. Oh, is Flavor Flav part of this? When did Flavor Flav come into the picture?
Favorite and flavor.
Flavor Flav's Flavorite ice cream. What is his
Flavor Flav? I bet he would like this caramel truffle ice cream. This is a blend of chocolate and caramel. And then there's a stuck together like caramel and fudge creation that has a Heath bar in it with swirls of caramel and fudge.
Those can break a tooth. Those are very hard.
I mean, they could.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the iconic birthday cake remix is back to bring some of your childhood celebrations. It has the cake batter ice cream with sprinkles, chunks of brownie, and fudge.
Ooh.
And then for the cookie dough fans,
this is the one I want.
Yeah, the creation is an experience with the classic cookie dough ice cream topped with chocolate chips and chunks of cookie dough, finished with a delightful crunch of sugar crystals.
Look at these pictures on our Facebook. These look delicious.
God, those sound so good.
Perfect for the summertime.
Yeah, and if you're in Albertville or close, we do have a Cold Stone coming.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Can't wait. All right, 727.
WQSB Mornings with Barry and Holly.
Daddy, come on, man.
Mornings, come on, man story. A blind dating cafe. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
No, never.
The blind dates, everybody does them, or a lot of people do them.
Ooh, why?
Yeah.
Why would
I
you?
never have, but some have. But in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh, there's a blind dating cafe. It's a cafe that's coming under fire because it's a building. You walk into it, there's like food and drinks and stuff. One room, the men go in. The other room, the women go in. Then you basically kind of mingle around, hang around while the men get to look at you. The men can see the women through the one-way glass, but the women cannot see the men.
No.
People are not happy about this, saying, why can you not let the women see the men too?
That's a big no. That's creepy.
It is creepy.
And it's also kind of like objectifying because you're not able to see and talk to somebody. You're just watching what they look like.
Basically on looks.
Yeah, see, I don't agree with that.
To me, it's like you go into a cattle sale.
Yeah.
And you see them bring the cows in and you bid on them. It's like that's what they're doing to the women here.
That's exactly what they're doing.
They put them both in rooms and the men can see the women and judge them and look at them, but the women cannot see the men.
Oh my gosh. We've got to learn where boundaries are. I think this is one of those things where we're crossing the boundary.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. That's not a good idea.
I mean, I think, and then I told you before we went on air, I was like, maybe the women should look at the men, but that's not fair either.
No.
I don't think you should get to observe anything because to be watched,
yeah,
you don't, like, you can be attracted to somebody and they may not be the most beautiful.
Nope.
On the outside.
First time you talk to them, you may realize they're looking good on the outside, but there's nobody home.
Nobody's in.
Yeah.
Nobody's checked in. No lights on.
Vacancy.
Das.
Exactly. Anyway, they're getting a lot of complaints. I think they should.
I don't believe.
I mean,
yeah.
Come on, man.
Where's this at?
In Vietnam.
Vietnam. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's don't do it here.
I don't see it happening. No, it's 7:41.
Mornings with Barry and Holly here on Alabama's country giant WQSB.
Time for Holly's knowledge nuggets. Things you need to know whether you know it or not. So what have you got today?
I am clasping my pearls right now because I cannot believe this fact.
Clasping your pearls.
I'm clasping my pearls.
Okay.
I'm holding my pearls.
What that means exactly.
6% of Americans can say they've never owned a pet.
That is hard to believe.
I don't trust those people. You gotta have a pet. You gotta have something to take care of.
At least once in your lifetime.
Yeah.
Whether it's a cat or a dog.
That's a huge red flag.
Or a turtle. Because you have a turtle now. Or your mother does.
My mother has Myrtle the turtle. It's a sand dollar turtle we found in the, I say sand dollar because that's the size of it, but we found it in the swimming pool.
Rachel's in here. Come on in,
Rachel's
Rachel.
in here, so I'm telling Rachel.
Please give it up for Rachel.
Yeah.
Good crowd. What about you, Rachel? How many pets would you think
Rachel
you've had in?
Lots of pets.
How many have you had in your lifetime, would you guess, Rachel? Just a rough guess.
1.
Okay, we're not going to go.
3, 4.
I didn't. Okay.
5.
How about a rough guess?
6 animals that I can remember.
She's closed her eyes, and her eyes are rolled back in her head, and her life is flashed before her eyes as she's counting. I didn't know. I mean, like you're counting sheep over there.
Yeah, I'd say that many.
About 6?
Maybe more. Yeah, 6 or maybe a couple of more that I'm forgetting
I
about.
bet with my family,
like 30.
we probably, I'm with you, 20 to 30. Because back in the day, we went through dogs a lot because lived on country roads. And,
oh, no.
Yeah.
They got squished? Oh, no.
Yeah. So we went through a
traumatic.
lot. It was.
That you should see somebody about that. That's trauma.
They just told me, said, move away from the country.
Oh, no.
Don't get rid of your pets.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you have now?
I have none at the moment. My last cat, Fuzz, it ran away from home, which broke my heart because it was my son's cat. But it really, I guess I kind of co-own the neighbors' pets because they have cats and they like to wander over and we both feed them.
Yeah.
So there's a Panther and there's Mama Kitty.
You have adopted kitties.
I do.
Yeah, he does. He has adopted foster kitties.
Foster kitties.
Now, what about you? You've got Doug.
Wait, you said
dog.
Mama Kitty?
Mama Kitty and Kinsley.
Kinsley.
I think I'm saying it right. I don't know. It's mean. It doesn't like to be touched.
And Panther.
Panther, he'll turn on you in a second. He gives you about a 15-second belly rub. He gives you 15 seconds to enjoy his belly. Then he's going to chew your elbow to the bone.
Hey, I have a little sad note.
Oh, no. Don't
One
tell
of
us.
my animals, when I came home yesterday, was out of the yard, and she still hasn't come back.
No.
Yeah, she's a little black Chihuahua Yorkie mix.
Oh,
no.
She's a mutt, but that's kind of what she looks like in the face.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I know.
Well, shoot.
I know. She weighs about 12 pounds, black, and has a few little white spots on her. But
Yeah.
Did she break out, or do you think she was taken?
no, I think she broke out.
So roughly what area, not telling where you live, but roughly what area, if somebody sees it, would you?
Boaz off
area.
Morton Road.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if anybody sees a black
Chihuahua Terrier mix.
Okay.
in Boaz,
in Boaz.
just give us a call.
Close
or
to Martin
Facebook.
Road.
Yeah.
What name does it go by?
Neva.
Oh,
Neva.
Okay.
I like that.
I like
Yeah,
that.
my daughter named her after one of her teachers in elementary school.
Oh, how sweet. That's the highest compliment.
I know.
So who do you have now?
I have Drake. He's a chocolate lab. I have Ellie. She is a Shih Tzu, and she's about 2.5 months old.
Tiny baby.
And we have a cat,
Okay. What's your cat's name?
Nikki.
Nikki.
He's a boy.
Oh,
She made that up.
He's he's named after Nikki Sixx.
Oh, I thought. Why you paused? That was going to be something vulgar.
I did too.
Y'all were all cringing. Like,
Yeah.
oh God, what's she gonna say?
I was waiting on the F-bomb.
I was blank head.
Yeah, I've got one named Doug, and he's a mutt, but I'm going to tell you, he has been there for me through everything. Like,
absolutely.
The good and the bad. Like, the good things that we're celebrating, we're like, oh, yay, Doug's part of the family. And then the sad times, he comes up and he'll curl up in my lap and just let me cry. And it's like he knows. Yeah,
That's
it's
sweet.
like he
They
knows.
do.
Yeah.
They know when you're sick, not feeling good.
Yeah. I love it.
Absolutely.
I love my dog.
Okay, so what else you got?
Americans with cell phones drop it in the toilet about 7 million times per year, right?
I've never done that.
I've never dropped mine in the toilet.
I've dropped mine in the toilet. Yeah,
You have?
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Take it like I've got it in my back pocket.
Yeah.
and I'm sliding down,
Right.
and in it goes.
Now, I've been close before at falling in the toilet,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I've been lucky.
yeah.
Did it splash before or after the deed?
Before.
Good.
And then I reached.
Had it been after, would you still have retrieved it?
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. Would I have reached in? And I think yes, I would have.
If you'd blown it up.
Yeah, it's just
still,
pee.
If you'd blown it up. would you still,
with number twos?
yeah.
Would
or
you,
three.
Would you get it with number twos? Or number three?
Somebody would have to get it out. It's not going to flush.
No.
True,
But would
yeah.
you use it after you got it out? If it
Probably
worked?
not.
I think this is. Remember that debate we had about the ant and the coffee, and would you drink it or pour it out?
Yeah.
I think we're there.
I agree.
If you drop your phone in a number 3, are you going to take it and use it, or are you going to throw it away? Who knows?
A 3. That's
Yeah, it's a 1, 2, and a 3.
Wow.
It's like violent projectile. Okay.
Yep.
So what else?
30% of car owners say they have no idea where to refill the windshield wiper fluid in their car.
What?
Okay, right?
Yeah.
Now, Barry said that Reagan, his daughter, wouldn't know.
Probably not. Wouldn't have a
Not
clue.
to call Reagan out, but she
but she's never had to.
She's never, yeah.
But she needs to learn. You're right. I think everybody needs to learn things.
Yeah, you gotta learn. I mean, she don't know how to change. She don't need to know how to change the oil.
No.
But she needs to know how to put windshield wiper fluid
Things like
in.
that,
Yeah, because she doesn't want to have to pay somebody to do that. It's so easy.
No.
Yeah, it's so cheap too when you go buy it by yourself.
So 3 out of 10 have no clue how to do it. I believe that.
I believe that. Yeah.
Probably higher than that.
Well, with the way that the trucks and cars are made these days, like I almost can see how people can feel that way because it's like a computer puzzle.
Yeah,
When
exactly.
you open it up. Yeah,
All right.
I know.
Good stuff. It's 7:56.
Barry and Holly on Alabama's Country Giant, WQSB.
Photoshop. Don't leave yet, Rachel. We've got one for you here. We're going to get you in trouble before you leave. But send the photo. Be sure to include Dad's name that's in the picture and where they're from. Then we'll have a random drawing coming up the Thursday before Father's Day, which is next week.
Yep.
And something like your dad's going to win a brand new Toro Time Cutter Max 50-inch riding mower, $3,700, and it's courtesy of Bonds Appliance Lawn and Garden in Guntersville. You can do this by going to our website, WQSB.com. Morning's crazy but true story. Going to Spain, there's a resort town in Spain. They're known for having very rowdy parties. It's kind of like a bachelorette hotspot when they have like, I don't know why this one area is. There's about 12,500 residents, and the people, I guess the mayor, whoever, had to put out a little notice saying, please stop putting your adult inflatable blow-ups in your yard. They're banning public displays of adult inflatables. They're saying if you see one in your yard, we're going to give you a ticket. You can get a ticket that could cost you up to $1,600 if you violate this rule. They're saying that they've had problems with this. The one last week, they had a groom who was tied up to a lamppost overnight.
A what?
A lamppost. A groom.
No. A groom?
A groom, because they had a party, got a little too wild, and they got drunk, and they tied him to the lamppost overnight.
Okay. I just had to make sure that's what you're saying.
Yeah, so I guess to be sure he wouldn't walk and hurt himself, so they just tied him duct taped him to the lamppost.
Okay.
But the problem is they say that there's other people who live in the area don't appreciate this, and they'll know when there's a party going on, they have these blow-up adult inflatables out in the yard. I guess letting you know that the party is here.
I would so be the talk on our face group in my neighborhood.
Oh, do you have a Facebook
They might
group?
kick me out just so they can talk about me.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was such a thing that they're saying anywhere from 6 foot to 12 foot tall inflatables.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about one of those women's inflatable, like a woman that's 12 foot tall?
According to this, there are some blow-up dolls and costumes that resemble body parts that have been banned, some as large as 6 feet to 12 feet tall.
Oh, no.
What's the reason for putting them in the front yard?
To let others know that the party is here. This house is having
so
a
instead
bachelor.
of balloons, they have blow-up
Exactly.
dolls.
Instead of balloons on the mailbox,
Yes.
Nice.
That's exactly right.
they can still hang balloons on this body part, but it'll be totally different.
they can,
We'll see how well that goes over with the neighbors.
they can just wrap a balloon around it.
Yeah. Then you'd have both.
They would. Depending on I've never seen these before.
You could use a boob as a flower pot.
Yeah. You really could.
Do you want it to?
I'm just thinking of all the other
Is it
use the
male?
other thing as a basketball goal. What?
A volleyball net.
A little badminton out there. Get two of them and put a net between them.
Yeah, just connect them together. Put two of the 12-inchers together and then do it.
What?
You said it was a 12-inch.
It's a 12-foot.
12 foot.
Oh my goodness.
12 foot.
Yeah.
Two of the 12-feeder together.
What are you doing at 9?
Probably getting fired.
No, I think you're going to have a meeting about 9-ish, that area.
I meant feet. Please forgive me. I meant feet.
No, she didn't.
I did.
Should I move on or just let you?
Let's don't simmer
Let you
in it.
wallow
No,
in it.
I don't want to.
She doesn't need to flounder around in it.
No, we're good. Keep
All
on
right,
moving.
8:16.
WQSB Mornings with Barry and Holly.
WQSB Country Music News. Well, CMA Fest going on this week in Nashville. And again, if you're going to be heading to Nashville and you run into someone, which you're going to, take a picture and send it to us.
Yeah, we'd
send
love
it to
to
us.
see.
We'd love to post these on our Facebook page because it's a great week in Nashville. Weather looks pretty good. It's the 51st annual CMA Fest in Nashville, and they're going to record this as they always do, then give us a 3-hour special coming up on, let's say, June the 25th on ABC. And this time, the 3-hour special will be hosted by Jelly Roll and Ashley McBride. It's going to feature highlights from the most memorable moments of this week, which kicks off officially Thursday. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The festival's going on this week in Nashville. So again, if you're going, be sure to take pictures and send us some of the pictures if you get some to
Yeah.
Hey, what's the best way to send these to us? To our Facebook or what?
Our Facebook page
Email?
would be perfect. Yeah, or you can email me, Holly, HOLLI, at WQSC.com.
Absolutely. So what else is going on?
Jordan Davis is partnering up with the Christian rock band Need to Breathe. You know Need to Breathe?
I love Need to Breathe.
They're so good. It's coming up for an upcoming episode of CMT Crossroads. The music special will air on CMT June 13th at 7 p.m. The Crossroads promises to feature joint performances from both artists, so both Jordan Davis and Need to Breathe. And they're going to be doing Tucson Too Late, Buy Dirt, and Need to Breathe, The Outsider, and Bank.
That's going to be a great show.
That's going to be a good one. I
Gonna
love
be a good one.
Crossroads.
Absolutely. Speaking of Jordan Davis, here he is on WQSB. Morning's crime story. Bribing somebody. You know, usually you think of money. Maybe you think of like a vehicle. I don't know. Jewelry, things like that. Mm-hmm. How about a pastrami sandwich? Yeah. Would that be good enough to maybe get you to change the way you're thinking? Pastrami sandwich?
Not change the way I'm thinking, I don't think.
The city of New York is investigating Harold Heshy Tischler. Old Heshy, that's his nickname.
Heshy.
He was caught on video appearing to bribe it's a fire department inspector. He attempted to bribe him with a pastrami sandwich. The inspector came to investigate a complaint about misuse of a propane tank. And on the video, you can hear the guy say, he can be heard in the video saying, hey, why don't we just forget this whole thing and I'll give you a pastrami sandwich.
Whoa. Whoa.
He thought that would get the fire department inspector to say, you got a deal. Give me that pastrami sandwich. We'll forget this whole thing ever happened and I'll just go on my way.
Oh, my gosh.
But no, the fire department gentleman said the right thing. He says, no. He says, you're not going to bribe me with a pastrami sandwich or with anything. He said, whatever the problem was, he said, you need to fix this and take care of it and don't ever do this again. He thought the old pastrami sandwich would get him to change his mind.
Did they offer him some Five Guys French fries?
There you go. Yeah, maybe a Chick-fil-A milkshake.
No,
peach milkshake.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A. He just didn't get the right things.
Went with the wrong food.
Pastrami sandwich. Nobody wants a pastrami sandwich.
Not when you don't know where it's been.
Yeah, I know. What if he was like, "Hey, I got a chicken casserole"? I'd be like, "What's up? What's
chicken
up?"
casserole.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I know how to bribe you.
Yep.
All right. Morning's animal story. Another bear story. Another bear breaking into something. Bears are so smart. They're so smart. They learn, not all, but most learn how to open a door.
Yeah.
A bear captured on video in a Monrovia, California home is seen breaking into a home. Simply, the door didn't break into. The door was left open. Will was it opened the door, walked inside. The only thing it took, it was seen walking out with the video with a pack of Oreos.
Oh.
The whole pack
That's
in its
kind of
mouth.
cute.
It is. Luckily, nobody was home because it could have been dangerous, but the bear has a sweet tooth, and the bear now nicknamed Oreo thanks to the video. They say that there's been reports of it breaking into another home. Well, they say breaking into, but it doesn't damage anything. The door is usually left open. Who just leaves and leaves the door open? Used to you could years ago, but not now.
No, you can't. You think they're twisting their little bare hands?
Yeah.
They use their little bare hands to twist the knob.
They're smart.
Wow.
And so I was asking you off the air, so bears are very smart. Aren't we lucky that some of these other animals and critters aren't as smart? Like, say, what if rats or cockroaches were as smart as these bears are? Would that be scary?
I've got one worse.
Yeah.
What about a maggot?
Oh.
A bear-sized maggot.
You've been watching too many sci-fi channels.
Ah, ew.
Cocaine Maggot. That's a new movie. The new movie's coming out. But no, imagine a rat that's as smart as a bear that it can figure out how to open a door. Now, they can get into pretty much any home if they want to. I've learned this.
You know what else would be inconvenient?
Yeah.
Gnats. Fruit flies.
Fruit flies?
Yeah, they get into everything.
True.
They're everywhere. Fleas, yes.
Cicadas.
Ticks.
Oh. But what if cicadas were smart? All they do is
I don't know, but
come out of the ground and make noise and breed and eat, and then they go away. But what if they were smart enough to do stuff like this?
Well, they wouldn't be slinging into my windshield every time I drive to Huntsville.
No. I think you've hit a rock when you hit one of those.
I know, it is. It's like, well, that's the cicada.
Blonk, one less cicada.
Yep.
Wonder how long he's been out.
And I feel bad because it's such a horrible death.
He's only here for 24, 36 hours, and the stupid thing flew into a windshield.
No, didn't we find out they live for 3 days?
Yeah, 3 or 4 days.
I think they live for 3 or 4, but
you got those idiots that get out on another highway.
Yeah.
You got the whole world is flying. Why are you flying around a highway?
And it was probably day one.
They were so excited
of his emergence.
He was going to the zoo.
I have finally emerged.
I'm going to the zoo.
I'm going to the zoo.
He's gone. Yeah, it's 8:42.
Barry and Holly on Alabama's Country Giant, WQSB.
Congratulations again to our listener of the day. It's either Dina or Deanna
It's
Renee.
Deanna. I think it's Deanna.
We're going with Deanna then. The only reason I say that is because Dina Carter spells her name same, but she calls it Dina. That's why I don't know.
Well,
either way, we thank you for listening.
Deanna or Dina.
Yep,
thank you.
And thank you so much for listening. And thank you to ATCU, Alabama Teachers Credit Union. They are sponsoring this week's Barry and Holly podcast.
That's right. And in just under an hour, I will have a podcast post up with today's podcast. And all you have to do is listen. Tell us what your favorite part of the show was in the comments, and that enters you into the T-shirt giveaway. We're going to be giving a T-shirt, and
I forgot to mention she wins a T-shirt. For
she wins a T-shirt for being listener of the day. And we are not done yet. All 5 of our qualifiers will go into a drawing to win a day trip to Chattanooga.
Yep, and we'll be drawing that out Friday. Then coming up later on this week, and the next day or two, we have more Chattanooga tickets. It's tickets to the aquarium, to the IMAX theater, and to the Discovery Museum. So be listening for your chance to win tickets to Chattanooga coming up on the morning show very soon right here on WQSP. Before we head out, words of wisdom, the quote of the day. And I had some good comments from the people yesterday saying that many people heard this and they appreciated it because they were on their way to a funeral home and they said that meant a lot to them. So we try to find something that's maybe inspiring, something that lets you stop and think. Sometimes we try to find a funny one to give you a smile, but today it's something that from Zig Ziglar, and Zig Ziglar's had some great quotes in his career. So this is another good one today, right?
Yeah, he says, be helpful. When you see a person without a smile, give them yours.
It doesn't hurt you one bit to smile, no matter what you're going through, because you never know when the person in front of you may be going through something even worse than what you are.
And it's free.
And it's contagious.
And somebody may need it.
Yeah.
Like the person behind you may need a smile.
You are correct. All right, it's 8:51.
WQSB. Mornings with Barry and Holly.
Enhance your wallet. Receive an APY of 3.25% on balances up to $25,000 by meeting qualifications with Alabama Teachers Credit Union's Enhanced Checking Account. Earn high dividends with no monthly maintenance fees and no minimum balance requirements. Learn more or apply today at atcu.com.
Insured by NCUA, APY equals annual percentage yield. Must meet membership and credit requirements. Visit atcu.com for details. Rates, terms, and conditions are subject to change without notice.